Hey, it's Dr. Karin. If you aspire to high performance in your life or business, this video is for you. I'm going to share the secrets to going the extra mile and unlocking excellent levels of energy and abundance in your life so you can achieve extraordinary results. Let's go. So we're here to talk about energy and how you can maximize your energy field so that it pays off in business and in life. So do you know that you have an energy field around you that is picking up energy from other people and giving your energy away during the day? So that's really important to know, because you know how sometimes when you're around somebody and they have a really heavy weight about them, and you have this conversation with them and you walk around later and you're like, gosh, I haven't been able to shake that since I had that interaction. That's because part of their energy fractured off onto you. And oftentimes you get depleted because you've been around someone, maybe you're trying to help them do something and you leave and you're like, oh my God, I'm so depleted. It's because you actually fractured some of your energy off and gave it to them. You've got this energetic, it's kind of shaped like an egg, an aura of energy around you at all time, and it's picking up and giving away energy. And what we want you to do is start to be the leader of your energy field, to be in control of it. And that means clearing your energy on a daily basis of any energy that you've picked up from other people or experiences, and any energy that you've given it away. So I do this every morning in the car with my kids on the way to school, and it goes as simply as this. You can also do it in the shower on a daily basis, because the water is an excellent element to help you. So what we want to do is activate and claim the energy that belongs in your energy field that serves your highest good. So the way that we do this is we ask for your angels and guides that are of the white light of God to help you with this exercise. Using your hands, wiping your energy field, and again, you can do it in the shower or just standing up right now. Ask that any energy that doesn't serve my highest good be pushed back into the earth and be recycled for good. You can say, any energy that was fractured off of me, that was sent off to another person's energy field, I ask that energy be transmuted and washed in the white light of God and be brought back into my energy field to make me whole. I ask that any energy that was fractured off from someone else and stuck in my energy field that doesn't belong to me and returned back to them so that they may also be made whole. And if you specifically know about the person whose energy you probably took off, or maybe you've had some really crazy interactions with someone and you definitely want to give their energy back, sit in a meditation and envision that energy being returned to them. Ask that Archangel Michael helps you with that. Ask that your energy be returned to you, washed in the white light of God, so that you can be made whole. I would advise doing this on a daily basis, because just like you're washing your physical body, your energetic body actually says more about you than your physical body. So we got to clean your energy body just as often as you're cleaning your physical body. So do that energy sweep. You're actually very, very powerful with your hands. You weren't taught this, but you were. You've got spirit energy, source energy flowing through you, and you can work with your own energy, your own chi. You've got so much majestic power within you. So make sure you're clearing your field. And as you're doing it and becoming more spiritually aware of your energy field, you may know, like say you've just been through a heartbreak and you can feel the energy trapped in your chest. You've got like that tightness. You can actually really work on that and clear that energy out. Sometimes I'll actually clap my hands in front of my chest, or I actually will sometimes kind of beat on my chest to break the energy up. And then I clear it, and I always say, push into the earth to be recycled for good. And I literally and physically push that energy. And you can tell with your own body where energy is stuck. If it's in your mind, you can do it up here, and you will feel a release of the energy field around you, because that electromagnetic field needs you to be the one that's cleansing it, because only you can elevate that energy magnet that you are. And so another way to really manage your energy so that you can maximize your success in the world on a daily basis, moment to moment, is paying attention to your chakras. Okay, so you have 7 main energy fields running up your body, and they all have a different color that goes with the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. You've got your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat, your third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. So if you're sitting there right now, and this is something you can practice, you can teach your kids practice, when you're feeling like something is imbalanced, like maybe you just went through something that was really mentally disturbing and you can feel cloudiness in your mind, or you've been carrying a ton of guilt from your childhood, and you've got a lot of times that guilt traps down in our sacral area, or you've had a breakup and you can feel that your heart chakra is just kind of closed off, or maybe you haven't been speaking up your truth, you haven't been honest with somebody in your life, and you can feel that your throat chakra is closing down. As you grow grow in consciousness, you'll become more familiar with these energy centers and where things are blocked. But these energy centers are spinning in a really healthy, harmonious direction when you're balanced and feeling really good. But when one of them is stuck, you can do a really simple exercise just to kind of clear all your energy fields. Now, you can work with a special practitioner. You can do deeper dives into working with your chakras. There's so much magical work you can do. But I'm going to give you a really simple entry point to just focusing on balancing your chakras in the morning. And that is sending light to each one of them that matches the resonance of that chakra. So we're going to sit and you just take a really deep breath. I do this, by the way, after I've had a really painful or hard or confusing interaction with somebody and I can feel that I'm a little bit jumbled up and I know that I just want to clear. I'll actually go into the woods by my house and I'll walk and I'll intentionally just say I need a minute, or I'll go in my backyard, or you can even go into the bathroom and just I'm going to reset my energy centers because it's affecting your whole emotional body. And envision red going down to your root chakra, which is down below your sits bones. Just send red there. And then picture orange going to your sacral chakra as you're taking deep breaths. Orange glowing right there at your abdomen, lower abdomen. And then picture yellow going to your solar plexus chakra, glowing at your center, at your core. Deep breaths and yellow to your core, and then picture green glowing right there at your chest, right there at your heart chakra. Picture blue glowing at your throat chakra, deep breath. And you can use your hands like I am when you're doing it. I often will take my hands and just kind of massage the energy centers. Picture indigo glowing right there at your third eye, just send indigo to it. And then picture violet glowing up at your crown chakra. You can even picture a violet flame connecting you to source God energy. Take some deep breaths, running that breath from the base of your spine up to the crown of your head. And that simple activity resets. It doesn't make them all perfect if you've got one that really needs to be worked on, but it does a fabulous job of resetting and balancing intentionally your energy fields and sending energy up and down, that beautiful portal of energy within your physical body. Another important energy that is really good to look at from a consciousness perspective is the concept of masculine and feminine energy as it's running through your body. So we each have these polarities within each of us, and as we're going into states of higher consciousness now, we're going through this great collective shift on the planet. What is happening for all of us is this really, really great awakening of trying to harmonize our masculine and feminine energies, because each one of those energies is divine and is within each one of us. By the way, the balance is almost impossible to achieve constantly because we're usually going back and forth between the two, and usually we're stronger on one end, and that's what we're going to cover in just a second, and we're usually stronger on leaning towards being more masculine in our energy or more feminine. And by the way, this has nothing to do with gender, although typically men carry more masculine and women carry more feminine. It doesn't matter your gender because there are very often, there's a flip in the energy that one person presents more strongly based on upbringing or genetics or just personality. But what happens is when we're leaning too strongly one way, we're actually energetically off balance. So we're just going to consciously look at which way you tend to lean. So one of the simplest ways that you can look at it is the feminine energy is always more about receiving, and the masculine energy is usually more about giving. So looking at your life and looking at how you are in business and how you are with your family, are you investing much more of your time and energy into giving or much more of your time and energy into receiving? And that's something that you can look at balancing, because what a lot of us have a hard time doing is actually receiving in our home life, in our personal lives, in our business life, because if you're here as a high level, high achieving person, you're used to going and giving and doing and being, and that's a really strong masculine energy. So what I want you to start paying more attention to is balancing that within yourself, asking for your needs to be met, and then not only asking for them to be met, but receiving. That receiving energy actually forms a cycle between you and the people around you, you and the universe, and is very balancing. It keeps things from being off kilter and energetically not harmonized. So really look at that in your own life and be conscious of which way you're leaning and how you can actually and actively harmonize that in your life. So before I get to two more really important points energetically that are going to help you activate yourself on a higher level, if you like this video, I would love for you to click the like button, because that's going to really help it reach other people that need the same insights. And if you want more information like this on leading edge spiritual truths, click the subscribe button here so you know when my latest videos come out. back to the video. Now, a primary thing that you should realize as you're raising in consciousness about your energetic field and how it's affecting your life in every way is that you are attracting that which matches who you are and what you believe to be true. So one of the mindsets that we tend to lean one way or the other, usually based on the way we were raised, is a mindset of abundance or a mindset of lack. So what do those two look like? So think about when you were being raised and what was kind of programmed into your head. Was it that we have enough, there's enough to go around, we can all be collaborative and collectively do this together, and there's enough and there's acceptance? Or were you raised with like maybe a bit of hoarding or a bit of lack mentality around there's never enough, we don't have enough for you to have some of the finer things, we've got to scrimp and save, we've got to save things that are free because there's not enough to go around, and you kind of get raised with this feeling of lack, that there's not an abundance in the universe. And as you're raising in consciousness, one of the things that you will start to realize, if you can unwind that mindset of lack, because in lack is fear, right? You're always scrambling, there's not enough, your fear of losing things. And when you're in that mindset, you're actually blocking abundance from coming your way. And as you're raising in consciousness, we're going into more of an abundance mindset, which is very open, right? So it seems counterintuitive because you weren't taught that, right? Your parents probably thought if we are saving and scrimping and holding on to things and finding out where we can get things free, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but if we're in this mindset where there's never enough, what you're doing is you're blocking things from coming into your life. By hoarding it, you're not actually activating portals of energy, right? So the people that actually have the most abundance are giving more. They're actually in a state of peace and flow and trust, and knowing that the universe actually supplies in an abundant way. And that's a higher state of consciousness, that there is enough, that you have so many things in your vortex of desire, and that you are a deserving human being of light. And so the way that you shift that is you start really looking at that feeling of knowing that there's enough out there, that feeling that knowing that you are a being of light that deserves all of it. It's the practice of expanding love and appreciation around you. Instead of staying in fear, noticing that when you go into lack, you start to contract, but instead really practicing expanding love for life around you, expanding doing the things that you love. And in conjunction with that, your energy is getting bigger, and then you have to commit to taking the inspired action, to attracting the things back to you. So in that inspired action, the other thing that I want you to be really in tune with as you're activating your energy to reach new levels of business success and life happiness is that you're really trusting your intuition. You're trusting those hits that come to you as you're going from a lack mentality to an abundant mentality. You're trusting that you're going to be led to ways that are going to open those portals of abundance. You're asking your spirit team and your higher self to give you the inspired action, to help you know which way to go, and that you're actually acting on those inspirations in moments when you're feeling expanded, and that you're calling that person, that you're agreeing to that activity, that you're leaning towards experiences that align with you. And you'll know they align with you because they energetically feel really good to you. So the biggest key is paying attention to that intuition, that inner knowing of what is for you, because your intuition is always guiding you towards things that are going to bring you the abundance that you desire, right? Your intuition is always going to guide you towards the biggest version of your life. It's you with those old fears and that old mindset that's energetically blocking it. So really practice trusting your intuition. And the way that you can check in with your intuition is if you have a question of whether you should go this way or not take this chance, hire this person, take on this project, go into your inner core and ask yourself, picture yourself in the situation, accepting whatever it is, saying yes to that thing, and see how it feels to you. Picture the moment of you actually walking into that room, being with that person, working on that project, and check in with your soul, which is right here, which is directly connected to your third eye, and that is your inner place of knowing. That's where your intuition resides. If it is a hell yes for your soul, you will feel an expanded feeling when you envision it. You will feel sometimes butterflies on a hell yes, you'll feel an expansion within your own soul. If it's a no, you're going to feel a contraction. You're going to feel a sense of dread in your soul. That is your intuition energetically through your emotional body sending you the guidance that you're asking for. When you can trust that intuition, even if you've always done things a certain way and now you're going to start saying no to things that don't align with you, you're going to have a life that has so much more ease in it, so much more flow in it, where you're going to line up with things that actually match the energy of your body that is innate to who you really are as a light being. They're going to match your inner being's desire for what you really want to draw into your life. And when you're doing that, you're just going to start magnetizing more and more and more. And that is when those success levels go up and those portals of abundance activate directly to you. So if this really lights you up and you would love to have some personal experiences where you get to have an in-person activation to activate you in business on a higher level, to get rid of all those blocks and to open you up to more portals of abundance, and you can get to the Atlanta area, I'm all the time planning events in Atlanta where we activate people on higher levels. And if you'd love to join me there, I'd love you to click the link below to get all the details on my next event.